Hey guys, how's it going? Eli here, back with another video where today we're going to be having an exciting conversation about some of the cards that are revealed for the upcoming Silver Tempest set that will be released in English coming this winter. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So, as always, getting out of the way, if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, leave a like, comment down below on any of the pre-recorded videos we post each and every week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Of course, since you can comment and like on each one of these videos, that allows you for multiple entries, and then we're going to have 3 winners that are each going to be receiving 12 Lost Origin booster packs. Obviously, set hasn't come out, so we're going to ship them out once the set has been officially released, but you're going to have multiple opportunities to win and then multiple opportunities to enter. But now that that is done, jumping into the exciting topic. So for those people that don't know, said it right, Arcana is the first half of what is going to be our Silver Tempest English set. First half meaning Japan has 2 sets that they break up, or they have one set that's full of a bunch of character rares, it's full of a bunch of the rainbows, golds, and then the second set is full of all the alt arts. English, we tend to just combine the 2 Japanese sets and we just turn them into one. So that is kind of the way in which Japan versus English breaks down new sets. And so we just got the official leaks for the secret rares for the upcoming set that is going to be releasing in Japan on Friday. And without further ado, let's take a look at some of them. So we already saw that there was going to be, of course, Vulpix was going to be in the set. We saw some Ho-Oh cards and some future potential things that were going to be added. But now we know indefinitely what is going to be a part of this set. As you can see, we've got, for the character rare slots, Braixen, Milotic, Jinx, Gardevoir, Smeargle, Altaria. Those are going to be your main character rares. And then, of course, if you want the other character rares that we're going to be having, Superior V and then Mawile V as well. I think that is it as far as what we're going to be getting from this set character rares. Just 8. That was kind of what was expected. But the, of course, real exciting stuff we're going to be looking at is nonetheless the main 3 cards, or I should say 4 cards that are going to be focused in this set. Is going to be the Superior, Reshiram, Vulpix, and then Ho-Oh. These are going to kind of be the main 4. Like I mentioned before, for Japan, when they break it up, the first is usually focusing on character rares. So we have 8, more or less character rare cards, not including any of the full arts that are in this set. And then, of course, we'll be receiving the later half, because there's 30 in each set so far, that are going to be included in VMAX Climax. And we'll explain that later in the video. But there's no expectation for there to be any alternate art reveals. That's going to be later revealed. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed. I kind of expected this to happen. But I would have absolutely loved to see some alternate artwork with Superior, with Reshiram, with Ho-Oh. But I'm going to not completely rule out that we're going to potentially be getting those things. And I'm going to explain why later into the video. So, as you're aware as well, when talking about what V-Star cards, so it's official, we're going to get ourselves the Superior V-Star, Alolan Vulpix V-Star, kind of knew about that already, Mawile V-Star. Quite interesting that, you've got the regular Mawile character rare, but you don't have actually, no, you do have a Mawile V full art, so I lied there, and then also a Magearna V full art. They just haven't been revealed yet, so we'll see that later. But, I mean, full arts are full arts. I obviously talked about it on my video yesterday. I kind of wish they got rid of them altogether. I think there's too much of an in-between when it comes to pulling. When it comes to cards such as Vs and VMAXs, it can be really frustrating when you have those kind of guaranteed hits from booster boxes, and rather than getting a gold, a rainbow, or an alternate art, you have an opportunity of getting a full art. I think it'd be nice to kind of, get rid of some of that more or less slushiness of, hey, sure, the pull rates are better nowadays than they were before, but also with that, there's a lot of oversaturated cards that you could pull in art designs, and I'd much rather I get a regular version or I get a alt art version, right? Get rid of rainbows, get rid of full arts, just straight up go with alternate arts or regulars, and then of course if you want to do the secret golds you can do that, but I feel like that'd be better to put that for the trainers. But that's my opinion. That's obviously not what we're talking about with news, but we know we're going to be getting a Ho-Oh art. Like I said before, expectation as it stands right now, none of these are getting alternate arts. That'll be saved for later. But we do know that for the gold cards, we're going to be getting gold cards for an energy switch and a guard energy. And then, of course, the rainbow rares are going to be Serena and then Furisode Girl. We'll be interested to see what the value of this card is going to be. I have a feeling this card is going to be very expensive. I don't know if it's just a hunch or if I just know the Pokemon community well enough to know how they're going to react to another waifu card. But nonetheless, of course, cool to see some of the cards that are going to be released. Nothing truly exciting that I would say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, like, let's get super hyped. But what it does do is it leads us into some of the things I want to hypothetically be discussing with you on what the second half is going to look like. So we already know, obviously, there's going to be a Lugia within the set. So Lugia alt art has yet to be revealed. Yes, once again, I am going to say it is yet to be revealed. I know there was an image that was going around and people were saying, oh, is this legit? Is this the actual image of the Lugia? No, this is not the actual image. This image is part of a poster, I think is what it was. It's called The Revival of Lugia. Shout out to Not Brando for talking about it in the Discord. But yeah, this is not a Lugia card. This was completely photoshopped. So please be aware, this is not legit. I could be completely wrong. They could, of course, implement a card that's going to look very similar to this. But yes, this has not been fully revealed yet. So, but it is going to have and lead into the conversation of what is the second half going to look like for our Silver Tempest set. So we know at this point, it's pretty much guaranteed alternate art Lugia. Super excited about that. Can't wait to see the artwork on what it's going to be. Question is, what are going to be the next alternate arts that are going to be in that set? Obviously, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to make a assumption here, and I could be super off base with this, but I would love to make this statement right now, just because if I'm right, then it's cool. If I'm wrong, then it's whatever. But for those people that obviously have been following the list of the cards that are in VMAX Climax that we're going to be throwing into our English set, for those of you that don't know, VMAX Climax was a Japanese specialty set that had a bunch of character rares involved in it. Obviously, it was a set that never came to America or just English, and so they have been slowly putting these character rares inside each of our English sets. For those of you that know, obviously with our upcoming set Lost Origin, we had Pikachu's introduced in the set for Brilliant Star. We've had the Mimikyu, Sylveon, and so on and so forth. I don't want to fully go on because you guys understand the point, but the ones that we have yet to get revealed so far have been a VMAX Rayquaza, a Duraludon, and those are kind of the two main ones I would say that have yet to get their ultimate reveal, specifically when you're talking about the gold cards. I had obviously mentioned this in my last video that it just made, or in my last video when I was talking about Lost Origin before it got revealed, I had said it made the most sense that Pikachu and Mew were going to be the two that were going to be added in, and then we were going to have some form of a dragon set is kind of what my expectation was, and so far I've been kind of on the money, so I might as well throw another shot in the dark on a hypothetical guess, and I think that there's going to be a V-Star Rayquaza card that's going to be introduced. I think there's going to be potentially a rainbow. I think there's going to be a gold, and I don't think there's going to be an alternate art, and here's my reasoning behind why that is. So in regards to V-Stars, we currently, as it stands, do not have any sort of V-Star alternate arts that have come out in a set. However, as we are aware, we had, of course, some leaked cards for the upcoming V-Star Universe set that's going to be coming out in December in Japan. We know that we've got alternate art Leafeon V-Star, and we know that they have also as well alternate art V-Star Mewtwo. As I mentioned before, I said this when Pokemon Go came out, and this once again reiterates the point that I was making. I felt like part of the reason why they had Mewtwo and they made the Pokemon Go set to begin with was just to give them an opportunity to throw in Mewtwo characters to do stuff later down the line. Now, originally, I was obviously focusing in on it potentially being shiny, but it looks like it has less to do with shinies and more to do with just alt arts for V-Stars. So since that's kind of the direction sense that we're going to get, my personal belief is what we're going to see so that they can use that kind of excuse for V-Star alt arts. We already have a V alt art Rayquaza. We already have a V Max alternate art Rayquaza, so it doesn't make sense that they would do either of those again. But we have yet to get a V-Star, so it only makes sense that they would take a Rayquaza V-Star and they would throw it in this upcoming set so that when it came to V-Star Universe time, it'd be a perfect excuse for them to kind of throw it in. Not to mention, it would be very much on theme in regards to the Rayquaza VMAX and then, of course, the Duraludon VMAX gold cards that they have that are thrown in here. Just makes the most sense to me because there's been so much speculation in regards to the future of that, and it also just seems like it would be extremely on theme considering, Lugia. It seems like it's more than likely going to be a dragon set type theme. If Lugia wasn't there and there wasn't some sort of theme to that, then maybe I would kind of throw that out. But I think there's a total possibility of it happening. It's an extremely it's an extremely strong character card. It just makes the most sense that they would do something like this. And obviously, we've seen this very similar trend in the past many times before. Well, they'll throw in just certain, super high demand character cards into sets because they know that ultimately at the end of the day, when they do specialty sets, they're going to be able to kind of go back and say, here's this artwork we're going to make, and we're just going to make a shiny version of it or alternate art version or something along the lines of that, kind of like what they did with both Hidden Fates and Shining Fates. If you go look at a lot of the set symbols in the bottom, they're just images of old rainbows or full art variations of some of the older Sun and Moon era sets. They just turned them shiny. Same concept with Shining Fates. So obviously some of the full arts we had with that were, of course, Lapras. Lapras was from the Sun and Moon base. Really wish we did have that Snorlax, but of course you get the point that I'm making with that. So no need to kind of point into it. But yeah, ultimately I would definitely be willing to bet that there's a possibility that that could potentially happen. So, but ultimately, end of the day, I also think that it's hard for me to fully say, hey, Eli, is there going to be a Ho-Oh alternate art in the, V-Star Universe set? It's entirely possible because we do know based on the images of the Suicune alt art, they are going to be adding the alt art cards into the set. So it's entirely possible that they're doing that for Ho-Oh. But, I definitely am not super inclined to say that it's a high chance of that potentially happening, although I'd absolutely love it because I think Ho-Oh's an amazing card design. It's an amazing Pokemon design. I think it is a card that would be worth kind of throwing it in, especially too if more than likely we're getting that Lugia alternate art design. It would have been really cool to see the offset, but I think they're going a different direction for what they're going to be choosing for their alternate arts design for the upcoming sets. But as far as it goes for today's video, that's kind of it. Exciting news nonetheless, obviously, with a little bit of predictions that we're going to be seeing within the next, of course, couple of months or so. But as always, if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, make sure you leave a like, comment below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We post pre-recorded videos for you to watch each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then, of course, 3 winners each and every week. So you've got 3 opportunities to enter and 3 opportunities to win. But as always, my name is Eli with Pokemon USA. Thank you all so much for watching. Until then, I will see you guys on Friday. Peace.